New work on Restrict Act.
Thank you, Congressman Khanna. I want to get your thoughts on government censorship and the Restrict Act. We've seen a troubling amount of disinformation on the news and social media lately that is originating from the U.S. government. There's a huge list of examples, such as the Hunter Biden laptop story, where 51 former intelligence officials said it had all the earmarks of Russian disinformation, but Michael Morell testified that one of the purposes of the letter was to help Biden win the election. There's the cover-up of the original chemical weapons inspectors report by the OPCW, which said the inspectors found no evidence of a chemical weapons attack in Duma, but the final report said there was. And so on. COVID disinformation, but most importantly, disinformation on the Ukraine war, where we're told that the invasion was completely unprovoked, but we ignore the 2014 coup and the resulting civil war where over 14,000 people were killed. So not only does the government push information, but the Twitter files revealed that the government is actually working with social media companies to push it. Fortunately, Elon Musk purchased Twitter with the goal of eventually making it censorship-free and without government interference. And by the way, he also had a very good idea for how to solve the conflict in Ukraine, and that's to let the local residents living in each of the districts decide for themselves which side they want to go on. So Congress is now considering the Restrict Act, where they could censor pretty much anything they deem a security risk.
Is it a question or is it a speech?
Now, this question is coming up right here. So I believe the purpose of the Restrict Act is to allow government to get away with disinformation by censoring investigative reports from journalists like Greenwald, Aaron Mate, Max Blumenthal, Jimmy Dore, and others who have exposed government information in the past and who have been censored for doing just that. So given that we're trying to push disinformation, and it's clear we don't intend to hold anyone accountable for it, what are your thoughts on the Restrict Act or any other avenues of government censorship that can be used to silence those who expose government disinformation? It seems evident to me that our government doesn't like whistleblowers. See Julian Assange.
I appreciate the question, and one of the reasons we do a town hall is I believe in speech, and it's the biggest way that we overcome censorship is by having more members of Congress do open forums where we have people of all different persuasions be able to voice things and address them civilly. And that ultimately is the biggest way to overcome fears of censorship. I spoke out actually on the Twitter files. I don't know if people followed it, but I had sent a private email, even though I was very, very much vocally supporting Joe Biden. I had sent a private email that leaked to the Twitter General Counsel back in 2020, saying that they should not take down the New York Post story, even though I disagreed with the New York Post story because that violated First Amendment principles. And I wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal about my support for the First Amendment because I believe over the long run, I mean, I don't agree with a lot of your conclusions, but I believe in the long run, if the facts are out there, the American public is capable of deciding, and I have a lot of faith in the electorate. Certainly not the electorate that elected me, and so, but I have faith in the broader American electorate, and I think that respecting speech, respecting dissent, respecting opposing points of view is important. It's why I go on Fox News twice a week. People say, why do you go on Fox News? I think it's important to engage with people you disagree with. And it's important to go there with a basic respect of hearing people out and then standing for your conviction. But one of the challenges in this country is that I feel we're all talking in our own bubbles. We're not reaching out enough into people who may disagree with us and trying to engage them civilly. And when we do reach out to them, it's often denigrates into name calling. So I will continue to be off the view. I'm not going to support anything where the government is censoring viewpoints. I certainly have viewpoints that I think are factual on public health, on vaccines, on other issues, which I will continue to make the argument for. But I don't think the way to get there is by censoring speech.
Thank you.